ladies and gentlemen, it seems like since they came out with this vaccine, it has been one problem after the next. And, they choose to ignore all of the people that got sick and had adverse effects and had to go to the hospital, and some have died. They want you to overlook that. Well, it's not my nature to overlook it, and I'm not going to. So this came out in the Hill December 30th, 2020. Pace of vaccines falls short of estimates, prompting alerts. Now, according to Trump, they were going to get 20 million people done by the end of the year. They have fell way short. I think they're just about up to 2 million. That's it. So recently, as mid-December, the Trump administration touted an ambitious goal of 20 million COVID-19 vaccinations by the end of the year. But now, days before the end of the year, it appears that the actual number of vaccinations will fall significantly short of that mark. Center for Disease Control and Prevention tracker shows about 2 million people have been vaccinated so far. That figure is likely an undercount, given that there's a lag in reporting the data, but it is still well short of 20 million. The administration officials said Tuesday that they are still on track to allocate 20 million doses to states by the end of the year, but that is different from those doses actually making it all the way into people's arms. Experts are pressing the government to ramp up the pace, saying states need more support. The Trump administration, Operation Warp Speed, delivers vaccines to the states, but the last mile of getting the vaccines into people's arms has largely been left to states to figure out at the time when the state health departments are strapped for cash and overwhelmed. So they can't even afford to even roll this thing out. They don't have the money. States were kind of left on their own, like so many things across, of course, the course of this pandemic. President-elect Joe Biden, who has avoided day-to-day confrontations with President Donald Trump on Tuesday, did criticize the administration for moving too slowly on vaccinations. The Trump administration plan to distribute vaccines is falling far behind, he said, vowing that he would direct a much more aggressive effort with the federal involvement. The Trump administration had the misconception that shipping the vaccine was success instead of following all the way through to vaccinate people. Claire Hannon, executive director of the Association of Immunization Managers, which represents states' vaccination officials. She added that the project of 20 million vaccinations by the end of the year was way off to start with. I don't know why that was said. Honestly, she said, Trump administration officials themselves acknowledge that 20 million vaccination figure will not be met. Exactly how fast the ramp up in immunization, shots in arms is happening is slower than we thought it would be. Okay. The objection is unlikely to be met. 20 million people with a shot in an arm by the end of the year. Some experts say we are planning, they said more planning should have been done ahead of time. Well, it wasn't, as you can see. They didn't plan nothing. It was like, just get the vaccines to each location, and then we'll figure out what to do from there. And they haven't done a very good job in figuring it out. Goes back to what I said, y'all. Y'all remember what I said, right? Okay, let's move on. So there appears to be no investment or plan in the last mile. No effort from the feds to help states launch a real vaccination infrastructure. Did the feds not know vaccines were coming, shouldn't planning around vaccine sites, etc., not have happened in October or November? Yeah, that's when you should have planned. You should have planned at least a few months before the vaccines arrived, not after they got there. Y'all. States are left with only small amounts of funding to prepare to give out vaccines for months while Congress remained deadlocked over an aid package. President Trump finally signed into law a relief package on Sunday, which provides infusion of $8.75 billion for vaccine distribution. That money will help, but they said it's still not enough money. You're talking about nationwide shots, and 8.75 billion, they said it's still, I mean, it helps, but they said it's still not enough. So, in a statement Tuesday, Michael Pratt, Chief Communication Officers of Operation Warp Speed, stuck to a narrow claim about 20 million doses being allocated to states, but not all actually administered to people yet. These doses are being distributed at states' direction to the American people as quickly as they are available and releasable. And the rapid availability and distribution of so many doses, with 20 million first doses allocated for distribution just 18 days after the first vaccine was granted emergency use authorization, is a testament to the success of Operation Warp Speed. Y'all talk a lot of word salad, for real. That was just a mouthful of word salad right there. Hannon, the state vaccination manager, said stronger communication with the federal government about allocations and other issues would be helpful. Another way to speed up vaccinations would be to open them up to more people, given that right now vaccinations are targeted at healthcare workers and nursing home residents. You are going to have states open up, even though they are still vaccinating healthcare workers because they don't want vaccines sitting on shelves. Well, apparently they are. General Gustav Perna, a chief operating officer of Operation Warp Speed, apologized earlier this month for the miscommunication with states over their vaccine allocations. So they gave out these vaccines to states, ladies and gentlemen, with zero plan. And states are saying they don't even have enough money to distribute and even give these vaccines to people. Looked like some very poor planning was done. Well, this happened on their watch, ladies and gentlemen. So there's only one people to blame, and it sure ain't us. But this is just another example of how poorly ran things are in America. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.